Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your water supply. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Kenmore refrigerator water valve. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the instructions and the new water valve. The water valve is located in the back of the refrigerator and it lets the water through to either the ice maker or the water in the door. The main reason to be changing it is if one of the solenoids have gone bad and you're not getting water, or you're getting water on the floor because the body is cracked or damaged. First thing we're going to do at the back of the fridge is remove the access panel. We're going to have to remove the 1/4 inch water supply line first, so we're going to lay a towel down in case any water comes out. We already turned it off, but you'll probably get some. We're going to use a 1/2 inch wrench to take the copper water line off. Once you have it loose, you can just turn it by hand and disconnect it. Now we can remove the back panel. We're going to use our 1/4 inch nut driver to take out all the screws. With all the screws out, we can pull the panel off and set it aside. Once you pull the access cover off and you notice your motor is really dirty, you can always clean this area up. Cleaning the motor will help it run more efficiently and last longer. As you're going around and cleaning it, you want to make sure you're careful of these copper lines. You don't want to damage those. With the access cover out of the way, first thing we're going to do is bend these little tabs out. These little tabs are just pressure fit. They help hold the valve in place. So we're going to take our pliers and squeeze them together to release the tension. Once you have those pressed together, we can take our 5/16 nut driver and remove the screw that holds in the water valve. Before we pull the water valve out, we're going to throw a towel down. There's going to be a little bit of water that comes out when we take the water lines off. All you have to do is carefully pull the valve out. Once you have it out, we can disconnect everything from it. First thing we're going to do is disconnect the wire harnesses. You want to remember where your wires go. On ours it's green and yellow. And then it goes dark blue, light blue, black and light blue, black and yellow. If yours are different, you want to make sure you remember where they go. All you have to do is pull these off. If they're a little tight, you can use a flathead screwdriver to help. Once you have them disconnected, you can set the wiring harness aside, and then we can take off the water lines. First one we're going to do is the one that comes from the other water valve. It's just a compression fitting, so we can just loosen it up with our fingers. And then we have the two that either go to the ice maker or the water system. These are just held in by pressure. So all you have to do is pull them out. Once you have all the water lines off, we can pull the valve out of the refrigerator. Here's the old water valve next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. You do have to make sure you read the instructions. They changed the type of water line hookups. The old style that had the push-on connectors versus the new style which has the compression fittings, so you're going to have to cut about a 1/2 inch off the lines. Before we put the new water valve in, we have to trim these water lines off, so you're going to have to get a block of wood and a really sharp razor blade. The instructions say to trim them off about a 1/2 inch, but you really need to look at the water line and go down to where it's not thicker, where it goes into the old valve. Because of that way the valve was designed, it actually stretches the lines out. So you might actually have to go a little bit more than 1/2 inch. Once you see where the point is that you have to cut off, we can lay it on the block of wood and trim it off. You want to make sure you use a soft pressure. You don't want to compress or deform the plastic line. Just want to get a nice square cut. Once you have both lines trimmed off, we can put the new water valve in. First thing we're going to do is take these compression nuts off so we can put them on the water lines. And we're going to put the green one on first. That was the one that went back over to the other water valve from the bottom of the water valve. So we're going to slide the compression nut and push it up so the line comes out like that a little bit, and then push it up so it bottoms out in the valve, and then tighten down the compression nut. Once you have that one done, we can do the other one. Once you have both compression fittings tightened down, we can put on the one that goes here. That was the one that already has the compression fitting in it from the old valve. So all we have to do is line that up and tighten it down. Now that we have all three water lines connected, we can reconnect the solenoid wires. Same as before, they're color coordinated. So we're going to go yellow to yellow and green to green. And we want to make sure that we keep the wires in the same position. Dark blue, light blue, black and light blue, yellow and black. Once you have everything reconnected, we can carefully push it back into place and put the mounting screw back in. They don't thread the screw holes, but this is a self-tapping screw, so you just need to drive it through the bracket and cut the threads. Once you have the threads cut, it'll start to get easier. We don't have the little locking tab ears like we had on the old one, so we're just going to make sure this screw is tight enough to hold it in place. We can put the access panel back on. I'm going to very carefully swing it into place and line it up so we can go around and use our 1/4-inch nut driver, put the screws in. Now that we have the access cover reinstalled, we can reconnect the water line. You want to go ahead and pull the water line over and get it started on the water valve and tighten it down finger tight. Once you have it finger tight, we can use our 1/2-inch wrench to tighten it down so we get a good seal. With the water line tightened down, we can plug the fridge back in, turn the water back on, run some water through the dispenser until you get a good stream of water, and then make sure the fridge starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.